Prophet Sulaiman, the one who commands the wind, who orders the jinn. Birth, son of David. Jerusalem. In the palace of Prophet David, a son was born. His name, Sulaiman. His father was Prophet David, a prophet and king. His mother, Bathsheba. Sulaiman was different from a young age. He was very intelligent. He was very mature. Even at a young age, he helped his father in matters of judgment. One day, a case came up. Two women were arguing over a baby. One, "This is my son." The other, "No, it's mine." Prophet David questioned them but couldn't decide. Young Sulaiman, "Father, let's divide the baby in two and give half to each of them." The real mother cried out, "No. Don't divide it. Give it to her." Sulaiman, "Here. This is the real mother. Because she doesn't want her child to die." Prophet David was amazed, "My son, God has given you wisdom." In the Quran, remember David and Solomon, when they were both judging over a crop, and the sheep of a people were harming it at night. We were witnesses to their judgment, and we recounted it to Solomon, and we gave each of them wisdom and knowledge. Al-Anbiya 21:78-79. In the Torah, two harlots came to Solomon. One said, "My lord, this woman and I live in the same house. I gave birth, and 3 days later she did too. But during the night her child died, and she swapped it with mine." Solomon said, "Bring a sword and split the child in two." The real mother said, "No, my lord, give it to her." Solomon said, "Give it to her, for she is the real mother." All Israel heard about it and feared the king, because in him was the wisdom of God. 1 Kings 3:16-28. Solomon was a wise man even at a young age. A legacy from the father, "You will be king." Prophet David grew old. His time of death was approaching. He called Solomon, "My son, I am leaving. You will be king." Solomon, "Father, I am still young, how can I rule?" David, "Fear God. Walk in his way. Be just. Serve the people. And, you will build a temple in Jerusalem. A place where God will be worshipped. I could not begin it, you complete it." Solomon, "Yes, sir." Prophet David passed away. Solomon became both king and prophet. He was still young. According to some accounts, he was 12 to 13 years old, according to others, in his 20s. But he was mature, wise, and just. In the Quran, "And we gave David Solomon." He was an excellent servant. He was one who turned to God. Sad 38:30. Prayer, grant me a kingdom that no one after me will possess. After becoming king, Solomon had a dream one night. God said to him, "O Solomon, ask me whatever you wish." Solomon said, "O Lord, grant me a kingdom that no one after me will possess. You are the giver of gifts." God accepted, "I have given you the wind. At your command. I have given you the jinn. They will work for you. I have given you the devils in chains. I have given you the tongues of animals. You will understand. I have given you the treasures under the sea. I have given you the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. In the Quran, Solomon said, My Lord, forgive me and grant me a kingdom that no one after me will possess. Surely you are the giver of gifts. We subjected the wind to him, and it flowed gently wherever he commanded it. He also subjected the devils, and every builder, diver, and others bound in chains. Sad 38:35-38. In the Torah, Solomon sacrificed to the Lord. That night the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Ask whatever you wish. Solomon said, Give your servant a knowing heart, that he may rule over his people and discern between good and evil. The Lord was pleased and said, You asked for wisdom, but not for long life or riches. I give you a wise heart. No one like you has ever been before you, nor will anyone like you ever be after you. 1 Kings 3:5-12. God did not give to any other prophet what he gave to Solomon. He became the greatest possessor of property. Controlling the wind, a month's journey in the morning, a month's journey in the evening. Solomon could command the wind. He had a throne. A special throne, underneath it, the wind. Arise. He would say, and the throne would rise into the air. Go to Damascus. He would say, and the wind would carry it to Damascus. It would travel a month's journey in the morning. It would return a month's journey in the evening. It would travel with its army in the air. In the Quran, we gave Solomon the wind, which traveled a month's journey in the morning and a month's journey in the evening. Saba 34:12. In another verse, we gave Solomon the strong wind, which flows by his command to the land which we have blessed. And we know all things. Anbiya 21:81. This was an extraordinary miracle. A flying throne. A vehicle controlled by the wind. This miracle is not explicitly mentioned in the Torah. But Solomon's extraordinary wisdom and wealth are emphasized. Putting jinn to work, build buildings, erect statues. God also placed the jinn under Solomon's command. The jinn are invisible beings, but they are powerful. Solomon would command them, build palaces. The jinn would build magnificent palaces. Dig pools. They would dig huge pools. Make statues. They would create works of art and decorations. In the Quran, and among the jinn were those who worked for him by the permission of his Lord. And whoever of them turned away from our command, we would make him taste the torment of the blazing fire. They would make for him altars, statues, basins like pools, and fixed cauldrons as he desired. Saba 34:12-13. Some jinn were obedient, some were devils. He would chain the devils. He would force them to work. He would immerse them in the sea, bring forth pearls. Bring forth coral. In the Quran, and the devils, and every builder, and those who dive and others bound with chains. Sad 38:37-38. The Torah does not mention jinn. However, it is mentioned in some Jewish traditions that Solomon controlled the devils. Talking to animals, the warning of the ant. Solomon knew the language of animals. What were the birds saying he understood? What were the ants saying he heard? One day, he was marching with his army. Jinn, humans, birds. All together, they came to the valley of ants. An ant shouted to the others, "O ants! Enter your nests. Let not Solomon and his army crush you unknowingly." Solomon heard this. He smiled, "O Lord! Inspire me to be grateful for the blessing you have given me. Let me be grateful for the blessing you have given me and my parents." In the Quran, Solomon inherited from David. He said, "O people! We have been taught the language of birds, and we have been given everything. This is a clear favor." Solomon's army was assembled jinn, humans, birds. And when they came to the valley of the ants, an ant said, "O ants! Enter your dwellings, lest Solomon and his army crush you unknowingly." Solomon smiled at her words. In Naml 27:16-19. This was a miracle not given to any other prophet. It is not mentioned in the Torah. But it is stated that Solomon had great knowledge about animals. Solomon spoke of plants from the cedar of Lebanon to the rubbish on the wall. He also spoke of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish. 1 Kings 4:33. The hoopoe bird, the queen of Sheba, worships the sun. Solomon had a special bird, the hoopoe. A tiny bird, but very clever. It was a scout. It would go far away and bring news. One day, Solomon gathered the army. He took attendance. "Where is the hoopoe?" They couldn't find it. Solomon became angry, "I don't see the hoopoe. Either he will come with clear evidence, or I will punish him with severe torment, or I will slaughter him." Soon after, the hoopoe arrived. "My lord, I have brought very important news." "What news?" "I went to the land of Sheba. There is a queen there. Everything has been given to her and her people. She has a great throne. But the work of Satan has made them appear beautiful. They worship the sun, not God." Solomon, "Really we shall see, are you telling the truth or are you one of the liars?" He wrote a letter, "I begin in the name of God. Do not show arrogance towards me, come to me believing in one God." To the hoopoe, "Take this letter, leave it with them, then return and see what they will say." In the Quran, he searched for the hoopoe and said, "I do not see the hoopoe. Is he perhaps among the missing?" He said, "I have brought something from Sheba that you do not know. There I found a woman who is their queen, to whom everything has been given, and who has a great throne. I found her and her people worshipping the sun instead of God." In Naml 27:20-24. The Queen of Sheba, what kind of letter is this? The hoopoe flew to Sheba, a country in Yemen, in the south. Queen Belkis was on her throne. The hoopoe left the letter. The queen read it, "In the name of God. Do not show arrogance towards me, come to me believing in the one God." She was astonished. She gathered her elders, a valuable letter. A king named Solomon is summoning us. What should we do? The viziers, we are powerful. We are fierce warriors. The command is yours. The queen, war destroys everything. Let's send a gift first, and see what happens. In the Quran, the queen said, "Elderly men, a valuable letter has been delivered to me. It is from Solomon, beginning with in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Do not show arrogance towards me, come to me as Muslims." He said, "Give me your opinion. I will not make a decision without you." They said, "We are powerful, we are fierce warriors, the command is yours." He said, "When kings enter a land, they destroy it. I am sending them a gift." An-Naml 27:29-35. The messengers went to Solomon with gifts. Gold, jewels, valuable gifts. Solomon's refusal, "Are you bringing me goods?" The envoys arrived. They presented their gifts. "Our queen sent these to you." Solomon looked. Gold, jewels, but he paid no attention. "Are you giving me goods? What God has given me is better than what you are giving. You rejoice in your gifts. Go back. I will surely come against you with soldiers. I will drive you out of there in humiliation." The envoys were afraid. They returned, "The queen. She is very powerful. She did not accept the gifts. She will fight." The queen understood, then the way of peace, I must go and negotiate. In the Quran, as for Solomon, he said, "Are you helping me with wealth? What God has given me is better than what he has given you. But you rejoice in your gifts. Go back to them. Surely we will come upon them with our army and drive them out with difficulty." An-Naml 27:36-37. Bringing the throne, in the blink of an eye. Solomon said to his elders, "Bring me his throne. Before he comes as a Muslim." One of the jinn said, "I will bring it to you before you rise from your place. I am powerful and trustworthy in this." Another one who had knowledge of the book, "I will bring it to you in the blink of an eye." Solomon looked, the throne was right beside him. It had arrived instantly from Yemen to Jerusalem. A miracle. Sulaiman, "This is from the grace of my Lord, to test me. Whoever is grateful for himself." In the Quran, he said, "O chiefs! Who among you will bring me his throne before they come as Muslims?" A jinn from the Ifrit said, "I will bring it to you before you rise." One who was knowledgeable in the book said, "I will bring it to you before your eye blinks." When he saw it placed beside him, he said, "This is from the grace of my Lord." An-Naml 27:38-40. The queen's arrival, a palace or a glass-laden water. Queen Belkis set out. She came to Sulaiman's palace. She saw his throne. She was astonished, "This is my throne. But how did it get here?" "Sulaiman, we were Muslims in knowledge before you." Then he invited the queen to the palace. There was a special palace. Its floor was made of glass, with water flowing beneath. The queen entered. She thought it was a lake, and she lifted her skirt. Solomon said, "This is a palace, its floor is made of glass." The queen understood, this is not a human. This is a prophet. He is under God's grace. She immediately believed, "My lord, I have wronged myself. I surrender to the Lord of the worlds along with Solomon." In the Quran, when she was told to enter the palace, she thought it was a lake, and she uncovered her thighs. She said, "This is a palace with a glass floor." She said, "My lord, I have wronged myself. I have surrendered myself to the Lord of the worlds along with Solomon." In Naml 27:44. In the Torah, the Queen of Sheba heard of Solomon's fame and came to test him with difficult questions. She came to Jerusalem with a very large company, with spices, much gold, and precious stones. Solomon answered all her questions. The queen said, "What I heard in my country was true. I did not believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. I had not even been told half of it. Your wisdom and riches are far greater than I had heard. Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel." 1 Kings 10:1-9. Belkis believed. Some say Solomon married her. The people of Sheba also converted to monotheism. Solomon's temple, my father's testament. Solomon had not forgotten his father's testament, build a temple in Jerusalem. The construction lasted 7 years. The genies worked. The humans worked. Stones were moved, trees were cut down. The finest works of art were created. Gold plating, silver decorations, finally, it was finished, Solomon's temple. A magnificent place to worship God. Solomon prayed, "Lord, I dedicate this temple to you. Whoever enters it will be forgiven." In the Torah, Solomon began building the temple of the Lord in the 4th year of his reign, 480 years after he had left Israel. It took 7 years to build. The temple was 60 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Its interior was covered with pure gold. Solomon said, "Lord, I have built a temple for your name, a dwelling place that will remain forever." 1 Kings 6-8. The Quran does not explicitly mention the temple, but it says that altars and palaces were built. This temple was later destroyed by the Babylonians, rebuilt, and then destroyed again during Roman times. Today, the Dome of the Rock stands in its place. The test, I loved the horses. One day, Solomon was watching his horses. They were very beautiful horses. Fast, magnificent, he was so engrossed that he missed his afternoon prayer. The sun set. Suddenly he realized, I missed my prayer. The love of the world preoccupied me. He regretted it greatly. Bring the horses. They lined up the horses. In some accounts, he sacrificed them in the way of God. In others, he gave them as charity. In the Quran, in the evening, noble horses were presented to him. He said, I love good horses, possessions more than the remembrance of my Lord. Then the sun was hidden behind a veil. He said, bring them back to me. he began to stroke their calves and necks. Sad 38:31-33. This was a test. Solomon learned not to be engrossed in the world. He immediately repented and reformed. Death, he died leaning on his staff. Solomon grew old. One day, he went to the temple. He was praying. He was leaning on his staff. God took his soul. But his body remained standing, leaning on his staff. The jinn saw him from afar. Solomon is still standing, giving us orders. They continued to work. For months, even years. Finally, a worm came and began to gnaw at the staff. The staff weakened, broke, Solomon's body fell to the ground. Then the jinn understood, Solomon has long been dead. If they knew the unseen, they would not remain in this humiliating torment. In the Quran, when we decreed the death of Solomon, only the worm that ate his staff told the jinn of his death. When it fell, the staff fell down. The jinn understood that if they had known the unseen, they would not have remained in this humiliating torment. Saba 34:14. In the Torah, Solomon's 40-year reign ended in the spring of 997 BC. Therefore, his first year of reign must have begun in the spring of 1037 BC. 1 Kings 11:42. The story of Prophet David is over. But his legacy lives on. The Psalms are still read today. The Psalms still inspire today. Psalm 51, O God, have mercy on me with your mercy. Prophet Solomon is holy in all three religions, may his station be exalted. May God be pleased with him. May he make us faithful brothers and good helpers. With patience, humility, and kind words, together we are strong. May God preserve our unity. May he not sow discord among us. Amen.